So this is We Want to Watch. My name's Lane. That's Ricky. This is our last ever episode.
True.
This is because Ricky's face just fell, and it's not because Ricky made us reschedule.
It was bad
this morning. Instead, this is because I think I'm gonna die on mic here because I thought it would be a fun little bit here to try out these new Taco Bell in-store like kits, like these like Taco Bell at home kits, which I think are somewhat new.
Yeah,
I think these are one of the things you talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was at the grocery store like a week ago, and I was like, well, these are like $6 for four. Like servings, 4 servings, which who knows what a serving is in this. It's literally a cereal box. Watchers at home.
It's a decently sized cereal box, yeah. That's like a family-sized cereal box. It's like a family-sized cereal box of like queso burrito stuff, and it was $6. And I was like, all right, well, at worst, it's about the same as like a trip to Taco Bell. There's no way. Yeah.
So
wait, can I ask?
Tried it out.
Can I clarify? Is this just the shells and like seasoning packets and stuff, or is it like a frozen meal thing?
Let me read you.
Okay.
The reason I might die on mic is because I'm having a reaction of some sort.
Heart palpitations currently.
Literally heart palpitations. I have dry mouth.
Oh my god. I'm having feelings of death and anxiety around death.
Yeah, I have a deep sense of dread.
Yeah.
No, so this is the queso burrito kit is the one I get, because I like to get the quesarito, which I noticed that they did not call it a quesarito on here. Like it's not that. It's a distinct product. But so it's add your protein and toppings of choice. So it comes with tortillas, cheese sauce, rice, and then like a chipotle sauce and taco seasoning, like the little pack of like powder.
Yeah, that's not too shabby. Yeah.
No, it was good. And so I did not eat this whole thing in one sitting. I ate it over 2, which was still too much. And so I actually have leftovers for tomorrow, for the future as well. But like, I made it once with like vegan meat, like vegan ground beef, like the frozen, like ground beef, which I really shout out to Gardein, like the Gardein.
Yeah.
Do you fuck with like vegan meat, like frozen meats and stuff?
No, I've been getting more into using tofu though, like super firm tofu, and then like just like not grinding it, but like crumbling it with my fingers. Up. Yeah, to make like a ground beef substitute.
Grinding tofu in like a weed grinder.
The thing is I was doing this with my hands too, and I was like, this is not the word grinding.
That's not the right.
Like,
yeah. But the Gardein has like really good fake ground beef that fries really nice, and has like a good like kind of like that chewy kind of texture you're looking for with like a ground beef.
Yeah.
So I made some with that yesterday, and then today I just used beans, and like the beans, bad call. The beans were not like the.
Was it like refried beans or just like normal? Like
I
beans?
used refried beans.
Yeah.
I thought I had black beans, and shout out Christopher, my fuck ass boyfriend who made the grocery list for today that I went grocery shopping. Did not put black beans on the on the list, and so I didn't buy black beans. So I only had refried. Oh. Terrible choice. Good, just like too much goo.
Yeah,
like there's a lot. Like you need a texture.
Yeah. For $5, name a texture.
Yeah,
it's the picture that it's like name one thing in this picture, and it's just like you're like ah.
Well, even the rice in this, because it's like you fry your meat or your protein, and then you add the seasoning, a cup of water, and like the rice, and you boil the rice with the like the pre-cooked or like par cooked rice in with your protein, and the rice even is like chewy. I boiled the rice for like a minute and a half, and it was already like really soft and like mushy in with the. I was like, this is awful. This is terrible.
Worse than minute rice. I had a roommate introduce me to minute rice. Astounded that people eat it. I don't know. I was like, how is this any better than the normal rice? And like, well, it only takes a minute.
See,
and I'm like, right. But anyway.
I mean, I did not grow up in a cooking family.
Same,
like my mom, terrible cook.
Hungry man meals all the way. I wasn't allowed to use the oven or stove.
That's crazy. But we never had rice like in a like other than minute rice or like Uncle Ben's, and so I met Chris and I'm like, a cooker for the rice specifically?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I'm pilled on it. Like I make rice 3 times a week, if not more often now, and it's like, I can't go back. I can't even, and I'm not a snob.
Yeah. No. It's not the same thing.
The difference is so much.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
I've had the same thing
but
talking
it does take
to
an hour.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I've had like the same, but like most people or a lot of people that I've met have not had like real ramen, especially older people. Older folks have not tried real ramen, and
you say ramen and they're like, like the college student meal.
Yes, yeah. So I've had like very fun experiences, like taking my bosses to like go get like actual ramen from a shop, and like one of my bosses was like, dude, I could eat this like every day and not as like a struggling college student. And I was like, like this is what ramen actually is, right? Like it's a soup. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, that's why it's so popular.
Substantial.
Yeah, I was like, dude.
Right. Of all of the meals we ate in Japan, the ramen was like not even top 5. Like
I believe, because it's
like we had ramen several times.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it's
but it was delicious. Yeah. It just like
I mean, there's thousands of ramen shops over there. It's the same thing as coming to America and being like, kind of crazy, but my top 5 burger didn't even make the list. It's like, yeah, I mean, right. There's a lot of other really great food out there, but like,
this is true.
When you go to America, you gotta like get burgers as much as you can. If you go to Japan, get ramen as much as you. Well, maybe not as much as you can.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what you shouldn't get is these Taco Bell home kits.
Yeah.
Because the tortillas themselves is like the worst part of the whole thing. Like the seasoning was fine, the chipotle sauce was fine.
Does it taste like Taco Bell?
No. Like the chipotle sauce might be the same, but like otherwise it does not have the same flavor profile at all. But like all of those things that I named, all of the ingredients are like okay, like, whatever. Not really worthy facsimiles, but like they're not gonna like
they're not bad.
They're not disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the tortillas specifically were like perforated. They were like foldable at a crease.
Oh.
Like it was crazy how
like
but
Lunchable
not like on purpose.
style.
No. It was like they were the quality was so low. It's like you folded it and it like tore like immediately. It was which like with a burrito, a substantial ass fucking burrito that's supposed to hold like 10 different types of goo in it.
Yeah.
So it was awful.
His first 4 ingredients are goo, parentheses assorted.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what are we doing here?
Yeah. So it was not worth it. I would say like you're better off just getting like your if you're gonna cook something at home, if you're gonna break out a skillet.
Yeah.
Like, just cook some regular shit. Don't bother with the thing. And if you want Taco Bell, just go to Taco Bell. It's worth the extra $8 or whatever.
Tortillas are so tough. For me personally, like, there's like a couple of like really nice brands of tortillas that like I've gotten, but I've only like gotten them from like seeing them used in a restaurant and like bought them, right?
Sure.
But like outside of that, so many of them are just and like I get that a lot of it is optimizing for like shelf stability rather than like ability to fold well, yada yada. Yeah. or taste. Right, yeah. I mean, I don't know, like taste wise, I think Mission is like really good, but
Mission's alright. Yeah.
I like the taste of their tortillas, but then like
also like is there even another brand of tortilla that you can get at the grocery store like other than Mission? I mean,
there's
maybe like Giant brand.
Yeah, La Banderita is a pretty decent one. There's another one that's like the classic one that I can't think of right now, but they have a lot of flour tortillas that I just don't fuck with. So,
okay.
But yeah, it's tough to find that balance of like, oh, it has good taste, but it's also not like, if not horrifically dry, like will become so horrifically dry after a week that it like crumbles in my hands. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Christopher this is the 3rd time I've mentioned Christopher already, but like he will eat just a tortilla as like a snack.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
That's
what
are you talking about? That's great.
No,
that's great.
Are you kidding?
I would do that. Yeah. Like, I do that.
Would you just eat a slice of bread? That's nuts. Not even toasting it. Not even like heating it up on the stovetop.
I've done that many a time. If it's like a corn tortilla, oh yeah. And you know what? Even some flour tortillas, I would do it too.
With flour.
I was gonna say even some flour tortillas, because like it kind of tastes like unleavened bread, and part of me is like, oh, all right, I could go for something unleavened right now,
It's fucking disgusting. The only time I think that that's okay, or that I've ever done that, is when I was like, oh, I need to eat something before I go to bed so I don't wake up puking from being hungover. Like I need to bread max right now. Like I need to eat some bread.
I mean, I've definitely done it then. There was a while where I was eating like breakfast tacos like every morning. And like that time of my life, 100% I would just snap chup a taco. Like middle of the day. I tossed it in the microwave or something, get a little warm, a little soft, but yeah, no, I'd eat that shit like it's nothing. Can I say something? What's up?
Can I make a hot take?
Yeah.
I think breakfast is the worst meal.
That's such a lukewarm take.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Out of everyone,
like the breakfast food?
Oh,
really?
I don't know about breakfast food.
That's what I mean. Not like the time of day, but like breakfast food is like, I don't. Yeah, like obviously you can eat anything for breakfast.
Yeah,
and, like you can eat, but like people like going like I just like a lot of the like big things that people like about breakfast. I'm like, I don't fuck with that. Like waffles, pancakes, any of those breaded things, I don't really care for. Morning pastries like donuts, don't really care for. Danishes.
Yeah, I think maybe we have opposite stances on this, because I don't care for a lot of breakfast foods because they're like higher, like it's a higher amount of effort, right?
Yeah.
And also,
yeah, there's not like an in between.
Yeah,
it's like either like very, very basic, like a bowl of cereal, or like a fried egg, or like ridiculously complicated. Like
you're like mixing and like pouring and like all right,
shit.
bro.
Yeah.
There really is no middle ground. Like, I mean, like sandwiches, right? You put together a sandwich, you can have meat, cheese, bread, and then like you can layer on as much as you'd like and make it as intricate as you'd like. And it's like, all right, sure, there's a lot you can do with that. But breakfast is really, it's kind of tough. It's a tough scene. But it's also, you're less motivated to make something in the morning, right? And it's also just like a bad time, right? I personally, I think the time that I was happiest in my life, I was eating ice cream for breakfast every day. And it's like, it starts you off right. It's like, it is just a bowl of cereal, essentially, right? Because like, it's like, sugar,
That's
milk.
Crazy.
It's a bowl, dude. It is probably exactly the same as me eating like a bowl of Captain Crunch.
No.
Yeah, it's about the same.
At least there's grains. At least there's grains in cereal. Like at least you have like something of substance. That's so crazy.
What do you mean something of substance? There's milk. You get milk fats,
so full of shit. You can get like little crunchy bits of chocolate.
Crunchy bits of chocolate.
Tracks.
Yeah, maybe they got the peanut butter swirl in there. That's nutritious.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
I literally see this.
I was like on board until you were like, oh, this is actually the same substance as cereal.
If not better, to be honest with you.
This is why you're like
it's keto friendly.
It's because you fucking become like you're like I can't in good faith eat ice cream for breakfast, so now I'm gonna be like talking about yogurt, which is like basically like the healthy man's ice cream.
To be honest with you, yeah. I mean,
I know.
I've been doing oatmeal for breakfast, and it feels like the exact same thing because it's just like it's milk and then like sure some oats, but then like sugary bits added, and I'm like, this is the same thing, man. Like,
yeah. See, for me, it's like I don't really love oatmeal. Like, a baked oatmeal, I like at like a restaurant or something, or like a parfait with like oats and granola and yogurt and stuff. But like just oatmeal, like instant oatmeal, just like does not appeal to me often. I have to really be in the mood for it.
I need to cook the fuck out of
so
it, bro.
Bad.
Dude, it's the bell. It's the fake bell. SpongeBob just had an episode about... we just talked about the episode of SpongeBob where they did that. They started making the frozen concoctions and replacing it with sand and shit.
It's so true.
Ironic. How much sand is in this?
Wait, did we talk about that?
I feel like I definitely did mention
how much sodium. 50% of your daily value of sodium in one serving as packaged.
That's not bad.
That's before the refried beans.
That's not bad
at
all.
50%?
Yeah, you 50%? Just need to eat 2 of those and you're set for the day. No more salt.
You're right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. My veins are about to bulge on the whole skin. Like, it's gonna be crazy. No, I just, like, another thing is, like, with breakfast, I like brunch as a meal. Like, I like going out and like we're like having people over and doing like an 11 a.m.
Because you've got more time to get ready for it. Yeah,
that too. But every time I go to a brunch, I'm like, this is like the food is letting me down in the whole experience, because it's like the food is not like, you can't elevate eggs, potatoes, a meat, and a bread and coffee. Like, it's very difficult to make like a highfalutin breakfast.
Right. Yeah. No, and I feel like the death of the diner is like an honest to God tragedy because of that,
Well, we're talking about totally different things.
No. But
I'm like, I want a classy meal, and you're like, yeah, the diner. Let's
No. What I'm saying is,
I like a diner.
What I'm saying is like, there are ways to elevate it. Sure, you could have like, not Fabergé eggs, but the fancy eggs where they just crack the top or whatever, right? And it's like, oh, okay, sure, you can do stuff like that.
Even that is like not that. Like, that's the thing. You can't really. All of the shit that you do to like elevate breakfast is like fake. It's like It's like a psyop.
Right. You're never going to get better than like the $3.99 diner meal. By the way, I exist in the year 1998 exclusively.
Yeah. Well, that's good, because we're in 1999 today. Yeah. So for this movie, no, but the best that you can do is like steak. Like eggs Benedict, or like a steak and eggs type thing. I feel like is the only, and it's like
papas fritas, so maybe heavy. Right in the morning, with a little.
Sure.
What is it? What's the green sauce? I don't know. Probably salsa verde. There's no chimichurri. Yeah, chimichurri is what people put on that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. But like, you're still like not really getting an elevated experience. And it's so I go to any breakfast shop and I'm like, I'm paying $30 for like eggs. Like, it sucks. It fucking sucks.
I think like,
not to denigrate our wonderful restaurants, but
no, but I think like maybe like desserts are like the only breakfast items that like you can really elevate significantly, in my opinion, right? Like a little egg custard. Yeah.
I don't like the desserts. That's my problem. I like only really like breakfast like bread. I like a quiche. A quiche is good, but you can't get quiche. Quiche is very hard to make your own quiche, like in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Which at that point, I'm sleeping in. I'm just
I'm just not doing it. It's just not happening.
I'm just but like I don't like a Danish. I don't like a donut. Croissants I like. Those are the only ones I really like. Even bagels.
The Queen Amman.
Kind of not in a. Yeah.
I love everything like that. I don't know. I'm a big fan of like breads in the morning. Or sweets. I like sweets. Yeah.
Yeah, I eat my usual morning breakfast now.
Bagel with lox?
I don't
a little salmon.
I do like a bagel with lox, but that's because it's got the lox on it, and the cream cheeses. It's like the bagel
it's
is
a
like
fairy for it. Yeah.
I eat an English muffin with peanut butter for breakfast every morning, and that's like just because I can't just eat the peanut butter. I'll feel like a gremlin. Like, I have to have it on something. Yeah. But like, I would just eat the peanut butter if I didn't have my own hangups about it.
Maybe
because I'm like, this English muffin's just a waste.
I think like elevating breakfast, bagel chips. Like bagel chips with assorted dips, and then you have like an eggs Benedict station. Ham
station.
Ham. I'm thinking more restaurant style.
Ricky's B&B.
Yeah. Trying to think what bacon. It is tough though. Like, there's not much high end breakfast food, and I don't think that they really can be.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. It just I don't know. It's also buffet. It's very easy to make a buffet out of breakfast, which also doesn't lend to the
higher end,
like higher
aspect.
Quality.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because the most food service I've done has been for breakfast. So I'm like,
it does lose its appeal really fucking quickly. Like, you get through like maybe a year of serving breakfast, and then you just never want to smell eggs ever again. Any animal fat, like rendering or cooking, just like can't do it. I feel so bad about like, I mean, I'm mostly over it now, but when I was like working food service, like so many foods, I was like, no, just can't stand the smell of that, like, at all. Just can't. I
had to stop drinking dairy milk because of working at Starbucks.
Really?
Like, when I was a barista, like, just because like the sour smell at the end of it, like smelling your apron at the end of the day. Because like you couldn't change your apron mid-shift. Like, you only get like 2 of them.
Yeah, and if you get like cold foam or you get anything on it, and then it just sits.
It's so gross. It just curdles. Yeah. Yeah. So that, but like the smell of coffee, I still, it's very, I feel like that's a hard one to even people who don't like coffee. Like
it's a good smell. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So,
I'm not a coffee guy.
But yeah. But yeah, I worked hotel breakfast a lot, and like that was tough too. Like, microwaved eggs in like a plastic bag and shit, Yeah. We need new breakfast meats or breakfast meal foods. We need to introduce new stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to get ice cream to catch on. I don't know if you've noticed.
Fuck you. All right. This week was Elaine's Frame. I picked The Insider from 1999, directed by Michael Mann. This is our second Michael Mann for the show, but our third that you've seen, because we obviously have watched Heat.
Yeah.
And so I just had I sent you the Snapchat last night when I watched it. I had a fiending for this movie like 2 months ago. I was like, I gotta fucking watch The Insider. I gotta watch it. I gotta see it. And then I held off. I abstained because I was like, this is one I should watch for the podcast. I should make Ricky watch this. And then we had a whole bunch of bullshit to get through the last couple of months. We had to get through the fucking Mario movie and whatever else, and the different Psy movies that we had. So it felt really good to watch this movie after my 2-month edging.
Yeah.
And we're recording this on Al Pacino's birthday.
Oh, dude.
I found that out today.
Wow.
So look at that.
Happy birthday, Mr. Pacino.
Happy birthday, Al. Yeah.
Wow,
he
Al.
is 86 years old.
Very informal.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's his first name.
Well, don't know him that
it's
well.
Alfredo, I think. I think his first name's Alfredo. I could be trolling. No, it's Alfredo. I started listening to his autobiography a couple of years ago and didn't finish it, but he's fun. He's such a fun. He's just like fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Ricky, Manhunter, Heat. Which is your preferred of those two? Because I feel like it will color your opinion of this movie, or will have colored.
You think so?
Yes, I think like you can be a Manhunter person, or like there's like different.
You could be a Manhunter man, or
you could be. Yeah, it's true.
I think Heat does edge out Manhunter just a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's surprising though, based on your love of William Peterson.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Heat 3 times now. I've only seen Manhunter once.
That's so crazy.
That could be like contributing to it, right?
Okay.
But like I've watched it 3 times because I really liked it, and like I encourage other people to watch it, and I watch it with them, So it's like
it's crazy for you to have watched any movie 3 times.
That's
I feel like
true.
you give me shit when I say I've seen movies multiple times.
That's true.
So Heat, which is a 3.5 hour fucking epic, or not 3.5, but
yeah. No, I get where you're coming from, but it feels also like easier to get people to sign up for than Manhunter in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah, you're like, oh, it's cops and criminals, and it's Pacino and De Niro, and there's guns. Whereas Manhunter is like, this movie's kind of sad.
But like the intro to it is like so great, and like it hooks you in right away. Manhunter's like, all right, it's gonna build a little bit here, and also you're gonna see some guys get lit on fire. There's gonna be some crazy shit. Just trust me, you're along for the ride,
Have I told the story on this podcast of when I did my Pacino impression at work?
No, I don't think so. No.
This was like 2 months after I started my current job, and I lead a team, and so it was me, my boss, and another woman leading a team, and we had to do a presentation in front of the whole company of like whatever 100 people, and they were nervous. And again, I had been in this job for like 2 or 3 months, and we were joking and like, oh man, I'm so nervous, I'm gonna biff it up there, whatever. And they were, they were really tense. And I was like, I can make it so you're not nervous when we go up there. And they were like, go ahead, whatever, feel free. And so when we got up there, the whole point of the thing was to describe like, this was our first year, like the company was still pretty new at what my team was doing. And like, so it was like this reflection on like, looking back at our first year of like business. And I was only in the role for a few months at that point. And so I was like, I got up there and started talking before the other two. And I was like, has anyone in here seen Heat? Got, some hands, whatever. And I was like, when my boss and I came into this, or to look at this department. It was, and like doing like a little bit of cleanup. It was like the opening of Heat when Al Pacino goes around and is like telling his team what to do. Like where he's like, all right, you're going to get the cameras off of the...
Oh, yes. Yeah. I know what quote you're doing. Yeah.
And like, I did the impression and whatever, and like walked around the room and just like really hammed it up.
Mm-hmm.
And got applause, which is ridiculous. And then my two coworkers that were up there with me, like my boss, and the other woman, they were both like red in the face, trying not to cry, which is good. But then, and the presentation went on, and we all sat down, and they were like, "Yep, we weren't nervous."
Now, when you started this, I'm trying to figure out what Al Pacino quote you could have went with. And I'm just imagining
I did like a whole impression of like him, like,
oh yeah,
get the bomb squad and to figure out what materials he used.
Pull those cameras. They're not going to be on it, but like, pull them anyway. My mind jumps to the one. Like, I just imagine you're up there. You're like, have you guys ever seen Heat? Do you know when he's detaining the guy who's sleeping with the one guy's wife?
I fucking hate that. I hate that people quote that shit. I can't. This is not a Heat episode. We have to talk about The Insider. But
yeah.
I can't. I hate that. That's like the thing people talk about from Heat. It's not that funny. He's funnier in other scenes.
It's not that funny, but it is the one that everyone quotes, and everyone quoted when we went there when we went to the Tribeca Film Festival. Everyone quoted that. I was like, "That's insane!
So
what the fuck?" People were quoting like people dying. Like it was like someone died, and then like the announcement afterwards. Like, everyone's like, oh, he's dead, or something like that. I was like, what the fuck is happening here, guys?
That was so frustrating. Like, the best Pacino yell thing in that movie, don't waste my motherfucking time, is when he like, walks out. That's the best yell. But, like, people don't know that. People know the big ass or great ass scene.
The juice is still so great. That's still my favorite, yeah. For me, the action is the juice.
That's the thesis of the fucking movie. I mean, I know that the thesis is literally the heat's around the corner, but like, really, it's the one that Christopher rags me on, because when we watched it the first time, I was like, it's so romantic the way that Val Kilmer talks about Ashley Judd when he's sitting with De Niro in their apartment, and De Niro's like, hey, you gotta dump this broad, like whatever. And he's like, for me, the sun rises and sets for her.
Yes. Yeah.
Then De Niro goes like, yeah. And he just takes a beat and he goes, okay. And like, that's it. That's like, that's the whole conversation. I think we were on acid when we watched that movie, now that I think about it, because I feel like I was like really hyping it up to Chris. And he mocks me mercilessly for that line.
That is...
Like the sun rises and sets.
Wait, that is super romantic.
Okay.
That is super romantic,
is super romantic,
though, yeah.
I know, but well, take it up with my man.
I'm going to text him right now, because he's got service out in the fucking forest.
Yeah, Christopher, if you're listening, he won't listen, because he didn't watch The Insider with me, but... But no, there's so many good quotes in that movie that are not just like Pacino hamming it up.
Yeah. Or being on cocaine.
So that's your...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Playing the character like he's on coke. He's playing a very similar character in The Insider. Would you agree?
I think so, yes. Which is it for you, Manhunter or Heat?
Oh. I was kind of trolling when I asked you that question, because I think on any given day I could give you a different answer.
Yeah.
Of the two. Heat is like a warm blanket.
Yeah, it's got a lot of heat to it.
And Manhunter is like a cool breeze.
Oh, okay.
All right. So like, it's like Manhunter's like invigorating, and like, you watch it and you're thrilled truly, but like Heat is like, you can just slip into that like a warm bath. like Heat, I can fall asleep to, because it's like a lull, but like in a good way, Yeah. It's obviously like a devastating movie, but like, it has like a comforting quality. Manhunter is not comforting.
It's very alienating.
It's like going for a brisk walk. Yeah. But in a good way.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's romantic shit in that movie too, but
the tiger. Yeah. What which would you pick between Michael Clayton and Heat?
Like just fave, just like my fave. Man, you're asking me to like Sophie's Choice.
Yeah. I'm asking you to split the child in half,
don't know. I mean, God. Yeah, I don't know. Michael Clayton's an easier watch because it's shorter and it's like more satisfying. You know, Heat is like you don't leave that movie feeling great. Michael Clayton, you leave that movie, 30 seconds before the end of that movie is the climax of the movie. Whereas Heat, like, there's like a 45-minute period that's all climax, but it's like sad, like you're kind of like coming down at the end of the movie,
it's very tumultuous.
whereas Michael Clayton leaves you up.
Yeah.
So it's like harder to lock into Heat's ups and downs. Like, it's a lot more emotional, whereas Michael Clayton is just like an assassin of a movie. It's like a viper. So I again, on different days, I would say either of them is my fave.
Okay, interesting. All right.
Yeah, but Michael Clayton is a great pull for this because it's a lot like The Insider at first.
Yeah.
Like, The Insider is like Michael Clayton's skin, but the heart of Heat in it, if that makes sense. Like Michael Clayton, has this like a genre that I love, which is, a bad corporation doing bad shit and you're finding out about it.
Yeah.
And that's what The Insider is. But The Insider, it presents this tobacco industry, which is very like the Michael Clayton, like, we're poisoning the pesticides are like killing people.
Yeah.
It has that like facade, but then this movie's really about like trust in social institutions and like news and like and politics and like, and so like that kind of like switch up halfway through where it's like, oh really, 60 Minutes is also, the enemy here, or like the ones complicit. That are doing them dirty, like the institution. Yeah. It's a lot sadder of a movie. It does not leave you in the same way. Michael Clayton, he comes out on top.
Yeah.
This does not. This is like a shattering of the illusion. So it's like it ends sad in the same way that Heat kind of does.
Yeah. So now let me ask you, and this was a question that it's been going around on Twitter recently. It's gone around before, but it's like back in the discourse again.
Okay.
So if you were presented with two buttons, and everyone in the world is being presented with these two choices. If you press the red button, you will live. Everyone who presses the red button lives. And if you press the blue button, everybody lives. But only if above half of the people press the blue button. So which button would you press?
So just to make sure I'm not there's no like incentive for pressing the blue button?
The incentive for pressing the blue button is that if you are a blue button pusher, or somebody else has pressed the blue button, and it comes out to under 50% of the vote, all of the blue button pushers will die. I didn't mention that. That's my bad. I should have set that up.
I was like, wait.
I should have set that up better. My bad. I should honestly probably read the prompt the way it's written, but that's the gist of it.
Wait, yeah, I might need to Google this.
All right, let me get my phone. Sorry.
Blue button, red button. Okay. Oh God, the top result is Reddit r/INTP. I'm curious about how other INTPs answer this hypothetical two button. Oh my God. Okay. Every person on Earth has the mental capacity. Okay. Oh, so everyone who pressed red dies. If more than 50% press blue.
Oh, okay, sure. So that one has the color swapped, which is fine. I think that also there's some like color theory behind this as well. But the basic idea is one of the buttons, when pressed, essentially does nothing, but if over 50% of the people press it, right, then the other half dies. And the other button is just if over half of the people in this poll press this button, everyone lives. But if under half, then they die.
You need to stop talking so I can read this prompt because you're confusing me further. Okay. I don't even understand this prompt. Is it basically just saying okay, if more than 50% press blue, everyone survives. If less than 50% press blue, only red survives?
Yes.
I don't even understand. I feel like it's the Taco Bell is getting me. I can't get through. What is this moral choice supposed to be telling me? What am I supposed to know about myself? Is this
so I think it's interesting because the moral collectivism choice is blue. The idea being that
Right.
Not everyone.
I dropped out of economics. I don't want to talk about game theory.
Well, no. And that's the thing. People make this a game theory question. The game theory answer is red. Because you're saying, you personally, right? Like, for me personally, if I vote red, I can guarantee that I will be safe. But in pretty much every reading of the question, and I'll read the one question that, like, recently went viral. Maybe not that viral. It had 100,000 votes, so I feel like it's fairly representative of, like, a decent crowd, right? And like, verbatim, the way that it's posted, everyone in the world has to take a private vote by pressing a red or blue button. If more than 50% of people press the blue button, everyone survives. If less than 50% of people press the blue button, only people who pressed the red button survive. Which button would you press? And so I think the way that it's phrased is, like, super important to the question, because it's in the same way that, like, the trolley problem can sort of make it so that, like, you're giving someone personal burden for their action, right? The personal burden for this action is red is the safe but selfish choice, in a way, while blue is the safe if you believe in, like, a high trust society, I'll put in quotes, right?
I see.
And
okay, I see. Yeah.
The problem is that many people defend red from a purely rational standpoint, and they say, well, if anyone, like, if you have enough time and, like, you really work through the question, you're pretty much guaranteed to vote red out of, like, deference for yourself, because you're like, well, as long as everyone votes red, everyone survives. But the problem is that not everyone's going to vote red. There are going to be enough people, and I fully believe there will always be enough people who say, well, we should probably vote blue to make sure that everyone is safe, that the moral, in quotes, choice is to vote blue in order to save those people as well, right? But it's odd because it's not, like, a very common defection. It's, like, a very specific defection. If it helps your choice at all, which it kind of doesn't, for a lot of people, I think, pretty much every time this question gets posed, blue is the, like, not correct, but the answer that quote-unquote wins, right? Almost every time people choose the moral collectivism point.
Sure.
Maybe not by a huge margin. I mean, this one, it was like, what, 42 to 58%. That's not, like, huge, right? You know?
Yeah.
But it's still a decent swing. And the red button pushers just say, all right, well, like, people who push the blue button are, like, they either don't understand the prompt fully, or, like, they're just not acting in their own, like, personal self-interest properly, right? And then people who press blue try to, like, moralize it and say, well, like, you're doing the immoral thing. And so, like, it goes into this infinite recursion of, like, you know, no, it is the perfectly rational answer, versus, like, well, you're not actually modeling other people's answers and everything, right? And that's just been going around recently, and it's a lot of what I was thinking about, especially as we get into the second half of this film, right? Where it's like, once you, like, it, especially, like, right near the end, where he's like, hey, like, once this is broken, it doesn't go back, you know? Once you sort of, like, break those social trust norms, and so something that I saw, which was kind of interesting, is someone talking about how, really, the best choice is blue, because if you're living in a world that only has red voters afterwards, then you know...
Just kill yourself.
Well, kind of, because you know for a fact that everyone else left only cares about themselves. They will only act in self-preservation, right? And it's like, you immediately change the stakes of, like, what, like, the social contract is, right? And also you lose, like, 40% of the world's population, which is, I don't know, interesting.
Sure. Yeah.
A lot of it comes down to blue voters see it as, or blue voters will perceive the question as, oh, why would I vote red? Because then others have a chance to die. Well, red voters will see it and go, why would I vote blue? Because I have a chance to die if I do that, right?
Sure.
And so I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think it's just, like, an interesting way for that, like, people sort of process that sort of stuff. And I think it's also kind of hopeful that every post that I've seen of it, and, like, during this discourse cycle, during the previous one, every time the blue answer wins. Every single time. By, like, a decent portion, too. Which is just, like, funny to me. And I don't know, it gives me some hope. And it also makes me think about how, like, I don't know, they talk about how in this movie, like, oh, yeah, like, the one guy was so worried about, like, how he would look, you know, that, like, it allows him to, like, bury his own reputation that, like, by himself, you know, like, he brought his own shovel, he did it all by himself just because he knew, like, he understood the repercussions of, like, what his action could have had, but he wasn't willing to do the right thing in the, like, spite of that, you know?
You talking about Mike Wallace, the newscaster?
The older guy who like refused to and did it first.
There's two older guys in this.
I know there are two. Yeah, yes.
To distinguish.
Yeah.
But the one on camera.
Yes.
Yeah, the one who actually interviews. Yeah. This is a movie podcast. So if you're going to come in here with some fucking tweets next time,
I just thought it was...
You better get...
I just thought it was interesting.
I hope the watchers followed that a little bit better than I do.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting and, like...
I get what you're talking about. Like high trust society versus... Yeah.
Yes, and what that actually means, right? Like...
Yeah.
Because people like to say that often, but, like, what it actually means is that you believe that other people will make the collectivist choice, that, like together we will try to make things better. And I honestly think that polls online are disingenuous in the red direction, right? In the more self-centered direction. Just I feel like it's a self-selection process, right?
Yeah, you're on Twitter. You're seeing a very limited amount of people anyway.
Right.
You're getting that alone is self-selection.
Yeah.
That was the number one thing I could think of in this movie, was not just like, oh, like, isn't it crazy that, you know, the distrust in institutions or whatever. What almost felt quaint about this movie is the idea that there was ever any trust in them to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, that there was such crazy high, like, respect for this news organization, and, like, the idea of, like, a sworn deposition meaning something.
Yeah.
And like, being such a vital single piece of information that people would lock into and, like, could change their opinions, like, at the drop of a hat. All of that seems so foreign now. Yeah. Not that, like, this movie, I think this is still a fantastic movie, but it almost just feels like it was so omniscient of, like, what the future would be like. Like, it has only gotten infinitely worse in the, 20 or 30 years since this movie came out and since the events of this movie happened.
Yeah.
Is like, it's bananas. It's like unreal. Like, not just that we have lost, like, even just like surface level, like, TV is no longer the thing that people turn to, like, like actual literal cable news or network news as, like, in, like, journalism, but, like, the fact, like, the idea of turning to journalism at all as, like, it is almost, like, foreign. Like, there's no paper of record anymore in the same way. It's crazy. It's weird.
I feel like within the last 6 or 7 years, and I mean, COVID's definitely a part of this, or COVID denial.
Wait, what happened 6 years ago? Did something happen 6 years ago?
Yeah.
To cause this?
Well, right. It does feel like there's been a delegitimization in people's minds of institutions and professionals, insofar as, like, people just don't believe anything. And it's like, all right, well, like, outside of, like, the most batshit insane, like, people have such batshit insane beliefs, and they go, well, like, you just aren't, like, following, like, the real news or whatever, or, like, you're not, like, really, like, thinking critically about it. And it's like, dude, your thinking critically is that there's a multi-million-dollar conspiracy for you to, like, take a vaccine or something, man, right? Like, I don't know, bro. Like,
well, and it's, like, not even just that, like, even setting aside the fringe people who are not on the same, like, level of fucking reality. Like, if you're a COVID anti-vaxxer or, like, some shit, turn this podcast off. Like, we don't want you. But, like, setting aside the people who are, like, fully in another world, even people who are, like, sane, not conspiracy theorists, they're also not getting their news from the same place as each other.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's not like everybody sits down and reads the New York Times or, like, even reads any kind of print media, even online, like, print media. Like, that, I feel like, has really fallen by the wayside. Same with, like, people aren't watching cable news or network news as, like, a ritual as part of their day-to-day, where that's where they get their information.
Yeah.
They're getting their information from social media or, like, like, headlines retweeted from, but they're not, like,
never reading the actual article. Yeah.
And
then they just echo chamber themselves. It's like, yeah, right, yeah.
Right. And so then even people who have, like, ostensibly the same politics, like, aren't necessarily united by even knowledge of the same things going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't think that that's just because of like the fractured information environment. I really think it's burnout and people like kind of not wanting to engage because it is so much. And I don't necessarily blame people like that, but like it's tough. Like it's very hard to keep up on everything, that we're exposed to, because of the way we consume information, but also because of the amount of like horrible shit going on in the last 8 years.
I feel like that's a huge part of the way that media like runs. I mean, or at least the way that media has spun many things, and especially like the last year and a half or so, where it's just like constant news cycles, and it's so overwhelming that like you can't focus on any one particular thing. And it's the same thing when you talk to people who like maybe support, these things, and you go, hey, well, what about like this that just happened? And then it's infinite whataboutisms, and it's like, all right, cool, but like this literally just happened a week ago, and like you just don't care about it. It's like 100 times, like they've stolen 100 times more money than like anyone else in the history of ever from like U.S. coffers, and people go, yeah, well, what are you gonna do? I guess they're all crooks. And it's like, okay, next week they do like this, they're bombing other countries for no reasons. Well, what are you gonna do? I guess they're all. It's all bad, huh? Okay, sure.
I was just rereading a review of mine on Letterboxd for something. I can't remember what it was. And I referenced that we were threatening to invade Venezuela during it. And I was like, oh my God, I fucking forgot that was even happening. Like that had happened earlier this year. Yeah. Like 3 months ago. Yeah. Like obviously things have changed where we have a new target right now. Like, which is fucking insane too. But like, it's really bananas how much has happened in just this year, 4 months into the year of news. It's also like you forget it over it, not maliciously, not even in a whataboutism way, but like it's just literally like drinking from the fire hose.
Oh yeah. And I mean, you want to talk about the things broken here cannot be fixed, right? Like you want to talk about trust, not only institutional trust, but like trust of other countries that like American
Don't blame
leaders.
Another country for ever not trusting us ever again.
Right, that's like, what I'm saying. Lost it. That trust that like American leaders will make the correct choice, and that the American people will be able to, should their leaders not conform to their ideas or views, will speak to that and use legislation to prevent, I'll say, gross misconduct. And it's just not happening, and it's like, all right, well,
we should watch all The President's Men. We'll watch that someday soon. That's that movie. So like that movie that's a great movie. But it feels so quaint because that movie's about Watergate. I'm assuming you've not seen it.
Yeah, I have not.
Yeah, but that's a movie from the 70s. And great movie. Beautiful Robert Redford, just like the most beautiful a man has looked. But that movie is really procedural journalism. It is about like the breaking of the Watergate story in the Washington Post, and like just like the way that is so quaint now. The thought of like a scandal that was like, okay, well, anyway, it's crazy. Kind of trite for bringing this up, but it's like we have like that level of scandal every 3 days now.
Minimum, right?
So how are people,
It's the fucking Pacific Rim scene where Charlie Day is like, they keep happening and happening, it's doubling and doubling and doubling, and soon we're gonna have 2 on one day, and it's like, but that's actually happening, and they're actually putting our nation at risk, and they're destroying like global supply chains for what? To appease one man's ego? Like, what is happening here? And we can do nothing to stop markets. It? Like, okay, sure.
Yeah. Well, and this movie, because I do want to talk about this movie, which I think is really, really good. This movie is also quaint because it's pre 9/11 in a way that feels like the news is slower. Like, obviously, I hate the way that doomers like talk about like, oh, it's always been this bad, and if you just only care now because you're personally impacted or whatever. And it's like, no, things have not actually always been this bad.
Yeah,
but there were still things that were bad, but we were not exposed to them at the same level because of the news environment being like turned into a 24/7 thing after 9/11.
Yeah,
and the idea of like taking weeks to like work a story and like, or months, and like, you know, you gotta like work these different angles and like try these different methods of like protecting your sources and like this kind of due diligence. It feels so Old West, like in this movie. And of course, it's only a couple years before 9/11 where that completely changed things. So it adds another kind of layer of like quaintness to it, quaintitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think this is a fantastic movie, though.
It is great.
All things
yeah.
considered.
Let's start talking more about the movie, you know, rather than just shit around. Although I do think it's like interesting stuff. I thought it was really good. I feel like Michael Mann has like certain trademarks to how.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he does.
Yeah. There's like certain audio and visual cues which I really enjoy and appreciate all throughout the film. But
audio cues, like weird ass music.
It's so
like,
good.
He is always playing some fucking crazy weird music. Yeah, it is great. But this movie's like, you've got like Spanish guitar mixed with like operatic like Gregorian chant like happening. It's very, very weird. It's a weird score.
But it also there's like a series of scenes right in the middle. Once our who is it? Weigand starts getting death threats. And he has like a patrol and everything. There's like a couple of scenes where they do. It's not the wailing strings or whatever it is. The screaming strings. It's maybe not even similar, but it's something like that. And it made me go, oh, this guy's gonna get shot. And so there were like a couple of scenes where like I stood up and I was like pacing around because I was like, this guy's getting shot. Like I'm gonna see it happen. I just have to be prepared for it to occur, and it didn't. And it's interesting how like filmmakers can draw you in certain ways, and like I don't even think I was operating off of like a trope or anything. It like I wasn't expecting it because there's like a sniper like scope like pointed at him or anything like that, right?
No, but the music and the pacing,
and the tension, especially. It's like it's so interesting how Michael Mann like works with tension and like works like
he can make like very mundane shit very tense.
Like
that's his like one of his biggest things is like he can make a conversation sound like an amusement park ride, like or like an action scene. You know, and that's I cut you off. What do you want to finish your thought?
No, I was done. You keep going.
I love this genre of movie. This like, you know, reporter uncovering some scandal, corporate malfeasance, like real life turned into like an HBO like kind of like biopic thriller.
Dude, like 5 or 10 minutes in, I went, "Oh, this is such a Lane film." And that's why I brought up Michael Clayton, because I was like, "Ooh, guy who's only ever seen Michael Clayton, getting some real Michael Clayton vibes from this."
But there's a lot of cheap imitators of this type of genre. Like this, I don't think this movie like trademarked that, but this like style is often imitated of, you know, turning a
never replicated
turning a like kind of, I mean, maybe like an interesting or complex story, especially like a political or like newsworthy one, into something that feels like paranoid or, you know, heightened in that like action kind of thriller way. That's really, I think a lot of people do that, and it's not always the most interesting because I don't think like what Michael Mann does here is he has these like extremely layered kind of unlikable guys, you know, and like as his characters, like he does in Manhunter, he does in Heat. And so that's like the interesting thing about that is like putting these guys who kind of suck or whatever into these situations that only they can figure out, or like only they have the skills to figure out, which is like, we can talk about the like mythologizing of men at some point, but like the way that this gets bastardized is so often people just like spouting jargon. And do you remember all the not All the President's Men, The American President? That like style of like talking where it's like jargon, like we're gonna you know, like that. I feel like that is like a similar Like, people confuse the two. Whereas this movie doesn't have a ton of jargon, but it is fast and, like, doesn't treat you like a child in the way that it that people speak.
Yeah.
So things can be confusing in this, and that's charming and, like, interesting and makes you a little bit, like, on edge because you're not quite sure. Like, at the end, you know, I've seen this movie before, when they break the Unabomber, I forgot that part, and, like, throughout you get the little Unabomber stuff over and over again.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's right. This is supposed to be during the Unabomber time and the OJ trial. Like, it's all, like, you know, happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So then when he goes into the diner, because he sees the FBI agents who are staking out the Unabomber, and, like, he's like, oh, you're geologists with no whatever, like, calluses on your hands or whatever. Sure, Jan.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh, right, that's the Unabomber, like, stuff. Like, it's all, you know, this one kind of, like, C plot. It's a lot more intelligent than, like, the cheap imitation of this often goes, which is just, like, to kind of spout, you know, meaningless words at you.
Yes. I feel like a lot of, this might be crazy, but I feel like a lot of prestige TV will fall into that.
Totally. 100%.
And I was going to mention West Wing, Aronofsky, right? Because Aronofsky did a lot of the dialogue for that. No? Not Aronofsky? Fuck, my bad. There was,
no, it's okay.
I thought there was someone that we were talking about before where, like, we had commented on their
Sorkin.
dialogue. Aaron Sorkin. Aronofsky is Black Swan.
That's really funny.
That's Darren Aronofsky.
Yes.
Yeah, Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah, Aaron Sorkin did The American President and The West Wing.
West Wing, okay.
And A Few Good Men, which we should have watched. We should have fucking watched A Few Good Men. It's so crazy that we did not watch that movie. But yes, that's a great parallel. Like, the West Wing thing has turned into, like, prestige TV in general. I just, like, I'm like, this is not my business.
The problem
like,
is,
really, like,
well, I mean, like you were talking about, like, it does get sort of like, it's up
its own ass.
It's up its own ass, but it's stratified, right? Where there's like, yeah, sure, if you really dig through it enough, there might be fossil remains of, like, actual dialogue and conversation there. But, like,
yeah, sure,
it's spread throughout, man. You're not getting anything actually substantial out of, like, watching any of them.
Yeah.
So when people, like, recommend that sort of stuff, I'm always like, all right, but, like, you just like it because, like, the one guy comes in, looks very dramatic, talks for 3.5 minutes in, like, a pure monologue, and then leaves, like, mic drop. It's like, all right, like, but, like, they don't say anything. Like, these people are not, like, saying real words. I don't know. A lot of times it feels like that. And, like, the clips I see from it are all very, like, Reddit, I am the smartest in the room. Like, I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. Every clip from a prestige TV show like that you're talking about reminds me, it's just in my mind. It's the scene in the beginning of The Dark Knight when Harvey Dent's on the stand and he stops the guy from shooting him and takes the gun, and he's like, next time you want to assassinate a public official, make sure you buy American. Like, that's what all of it sounds like to me.
Real.
Whereas this movie, this movie does have some really, like very cool ass lines, like, real cool shit. You know, I think of like, well, there's one scene in particular, which I'm curious if you could tell me which scene is the best scene in the movie, in my opinion. But, like, the one bit of Pacino at the end when he's talking about the Wall Street Journal, how they broke the story. He's like, not a bastion of anti-capitalist sentiment. Like,
yeah.
Like, he has a lot of, like, wordy lines that are still not, like you're saying, they don't have that smug kind of, like, I'm an insider, you know, cluing you in kind of thing.
Right.
It feels like something, just, like, dramatic.
Right. It's something a human might say to another human, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like he's a guy up there talking, you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know which scene's your favorite. I'm kind of thinking of the scene where, I mean, maybe it's just because it's like, I don't know which one's my favorite. The one where, like,
which is your
I think the one where he's in the hotel room. Al Pacino's, like, in the hotel room, and, like, the older guy shows up, and, like, he's telling him, like, the reasons, like, why he's not going to run the story, yada yada. But, like, when he first opens the door, because again, like, this is, like, one of those, it's, like, tongue in cheek, but it's not, like, super Reddit about it, right? Pacino opens the door, The guy's like, sorry, I wake you up? And he's like, no, I'm always awake at 5:30 in my room, looking disheveled, and like very sleepy. What's up? Like, come on in, like so. It was like,
yeah,
and it went on for like a while. Like it's like multiple lines that he's like just sort of tacking on. But it's not. It doesn't feel like he's not like winking at the camera with it. It's
yeah.
Yeah,
this movie takes itself very seriously.
Yeah.
Like very, very seriously. All of Michael Mann's movies do. Even when they're funny, they're self-mythologizing instead of like self-deprecating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another line of Pacino's is when he just like, I hear him say it in like, I can hear the delivery where he's like, we had the deposition in the court of law. The cat totally out of the bag. I love the way he fucking says totally.
That's also by the end good. Too. It's like that scene at the end there where he is just like ripping into him. It's great. Yeah.
It's good. There's a lot of yelling in this movie. A lot of like good yelling.
Yeah.
But I think the best. Okay, I'm gonna walk it back a little bit here.
Okay.
The movie looks insane.
Yeah.
This movie, like Michael Mann's movies, are all lit kind of fucking weird. And like blue, like everything's blue, but this movie is like sickly. It's not what you like, even though it does not take place in an office building, like a classic like cubicle, like Fight Club style or Office Space style, like shitty office. It's shot like it's all under fluorescent light, even at night, even in hotels. Like it looks like it's like Nega Hamlet, like Nega, like Ken Branagh's Hamlet.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
lit,
yeah.
Like that movie's lit so bright and like supermarket style, where it's just like everything is fucking flooded with this like warm, bright light. This is like sickly and like yellow green. Everything is so like green and like pallid. It's so crazy.
It's cool though, because like there's a lot of really like
it's
neat
cool.
shots where like you're looking through like a door or a window or something, and
or a window.
Like and it frames so stuff super interestingly. Yeah. And it does make you like, or at least it made me feel like it puts you on edge. It makes you feel uncomfortable, and then like
malaise.
Yeah. And you notice a lot of the same things that the characters notice. Like when the guy was driving home and he saw like the one guy like walking around outside of his house, and he's like pulling up. Like there's so many cool scenes like that, right? Where it's like, oh, like and like you're feeling like the same stress that like the main character is. I mean, there's so many sources of stress in this movie. It's crazy. Yeah.
Michael Mann really loves his like fake out agents.
Oh,
because he does that same thing in Manhunter, where it's like the little boy's like, "Mommy, there's a man outside," and then they go and they realize it's the FBI, like is protecting them.
Yeah,
he does the same thing in this movie, where it's like Russell Crowe's running into the house and he's like, and he's like, "Calm down, like you have a security detail now." It's like very much like these guys can't trust, authority. They can't. They're so on edge, like you're saying, they're so stressed. It seems to be one of his signatures. I'm kind of surprised there isn't a scene like that in Heat. But yeah, there's just the cops in Ashley Judd's house at the end, but that's not like, oh no, they do a fake out there too, where the cops are in because hi Oreo.
Yeah, she's
Oreo's in Heat too.
No, she's just worked out. With the coffee, right? Where they do like a funny like cut with like somebody handing.
Yeah, because Hank Azaria, is it Hank Azaria that does, right?
I don't recall.
The guy she's cheating with.
Yeah, the Simpsons voice actor. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Where he's like, "Hey, hon, how are you?" And then she realizes there's cops, and she's like, "Come on."
Yeah.
But yeah, so he really loves having like unsuspecting like police or security in your house. Like he really pulls that trick a lot.
It's good though. I mean, he does that. I also feel
it's a good trick.
Yeah. I feel like the lighting was also pretty. I mean, Manhunter kind of makes sense because a lot of that is like in like apartment buildings and whatnot. But it's
neon. Yeah,
they do have some weird fucking lighting in that movie. Yeah, and like Heat
totally.
Heat also, but like Heat just has weird locales that they're like recording in. Like the lighting all makes sense in Heat, I think. Like
it does. I think it makes sense in this movie too, in the like, okay, it's like the threat of being watched by your boss.
Yeah.
You know, that like kind of like, fuck, I'm at work. Like it feels like that. Whereas Manhunter, there's a lot of like really bright, pallid light, but there's also this like neon kind of like vaporwave thing going on in that movie.
Yeah.
And then in Heat, it's like, which adds to the like crime thriller of it all, you know, like the psychological, like I'm in the guy's head, you know, what is this guy's inner psychology like?
Mm-hmm.
And then Heat is like, it has all these like cool blues, like electric blue, kind of oceany, like, don't we love LA? Even when it's light out, even in the middle of the day, it's like a lot, they're like the blues are what pop in that movie. And they're almost like romantic. They're almost like like not romantic, like lovey-dovey, but like
the romance
like romanticized,
yeah.
like it's the color of like a mythologized, like I have to be a cool guy who just like I can't get too close to anyone, whatever.
Yeah.
So he uses, he's a very adept, like well lit kind of guy. His style is, even though very different, like he loves his lighting.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Russell Crowe. Do you have a relationship with Russell Crowe other than him being your ex-husband? This is my new bit.
You know,
J-Lo is your ex-wife. Russell Crowe is your ex-husband.
I've heard the name a lot, and I feel like I've seen him. Oh, okay. So he was John Nash.
He's
in
a movie Mind. You like.
I've seen that.
Yeah, right. That was the movie. That's such a fucking crazy movie that you've seen. It's not really that crazy, but it is crazy. Gladiator. He's the guy.
Yeah.
He's in Master and Commander. He's in Nice Guys, actually,
which I have not seen, by the way.
You need to see that. You need to see that.
Okay.
You would like that movie.
Okay.
But
he's an American gangster.
Yeah, he is an American gangster. Forgot you saw that too.
Oh.
Yeah. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty prominent in that movie.
Who is he in this movie?
He's Jeffrey Wigand. That's Russell Crowe.
Oh!
He looks very different. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's he's playing way older than he actually is. Yeah. Like in this movie, I think he's like maybe 35. Like he's young, and he's playing like 55 or 60. Like he's playing an old guy.
Yeah.
Not the most. I against my better judgment, I like Russell Crowe as an actor.
Uh-huh.
I find him kind of like, he's really watchable. He has a really watchable face.
Yeah. No, he's watchable.
There was a movie that came out last year called Nuremberg, about the Nuremberg trials. Yeah. And that was like,
I'd cue his log.
One of my
pause.
No, it's not like that. It's not. I don't mean he is not. No, I don't find him attractive. But like he was in a Nuremberg movie, and it was unironically one of my most anticipated movies last year because I was just like, it slots right into the genre that I like of like historical biopic that's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Which is just, those are so watchable. And I like this like late era Russell Crowe where he does a lot of like really big performances where he goes really big. He was in The Pope's Exorcist, which was one of my favorite movies of that year that came out like 2 years ago maybe, where he's like, what if there was an exorcist who rode a Vespa? Like he's like a priest.
Yes, I did see stuff
Italy,
about that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but yeah.
That's a fun movie.
Yeah.
So he's just, I enjoy this late stage career arc of his, but like in this, he is still watchable. He's a very ticky actor, is another thing. Yeah. And like in this movie, he's ticking real fucking crazy. Like
I kind of thought that the guy might have been a little autistic just from watching it, which I don't know. But
that's not even what I mean. I just mean like he's like a, you know, he's not the most naturalistic actor, I guess is what I mean. Right. Like he's not like, he's doing a lot of business with like pushing his glasses up the bridge of his nose and like shaking his hands when he's nervous and like very visible like physical tics that he's doing to like embody this guy's nerddom. Because like Russell Crowe looks like a guy who was born in a marsh, like or something like he erupted out of rock when he was born. So he doesn't really look like a nerd. He doesn't come across like a nerd.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's trying to embody a nerd, and he's working really hard about it.
Mm.
And it's one of the worst parts of this movie is that he's like he's still watchable. He's still a movie star. You still enjoy it, but he's also like doing a lot. There's a lot. It's too much.
I didn't hate it. I did think it was a bit much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like he plays the like guy under stress very well, right? Like the like.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on, you know?
Sure. Yeah. He's not a believable nerd, though. Like, he's,
yeah.
Like, he like, when he's like, I speak Japanese, I was like, no, the fuck you don't.
Yeah.
Least believable part of this movie. I would more readily believe that shit that happened to the wallpaper in the hotel at the climax, like the psychedelics, I would be more willing to believe that just happened, like, on planet Earth, than that this guy speaks Japanese.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, I kind of got over that. Like, the beginning of the movie, I was kind of like, yeah, okay. But, like, once...
Yeah.
Again, I think once he got, like, the weird phone call, after his, like, daughter calls him outside...
Sure.
Like, after that, I was like, oh, okay, I'm hooked. Like, I'm like, all right, yeah, like, I'm totally in on his performance. Be clear, like,
I do think that it's something that keeps this movie from being, like, completely transcendent, because he feels slightly miscast.
Well,
you know, and some of that might be, you know, that he's got so much makeup on, he's got the wig on, he's, like, doing all the business. Yeah. But, like, it doesn't really take away from my enjoyment of the movie, if that makes sense. It just keeps it from being, like, perfect.
Okay.
But I do, I mean, he's still very watchable, and like he works, if anything, not so much because of all the business he's doing, but because this is also not just a nerd, but like the duality of man. This guy's a fucking raging asshole.
Yeah,
also. Like the actual guy. And so you're like, okay, when that part comes out, I totally believe this guy. 100% I see that Russell Crowe is like a jackass.
Yeah.
Who would like shove his wife or whatever, you know. So that works, especially in the back half of the movie when he's like totally alone, he's been divorced, like he's, you know, got this like shit list out about him, the dossier. So it feels a lot more authentic at that point in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Pacino? I know I mentioned earlier that he's playing a very similar character to his character in Heat.
Do you agree? Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. And like,
yeah,
I don't know if he brings this intensity to all of his roles, and I feel like he probably does, and I just haven't seen enough Pacino. But like,
yeah,
he brings the intensity. It's a step before Heat, right? Like it doesn't, like, while watching this, like I wasn't like, oh, this guy's like on cocaine, right?
Yeah,
like, which is like in Heat, I'm like, oh, like this guy is just insane, like he's doing methamphetamines. And then this movie, I was like, oh, like he plays the like tortured moralist very well, right?
Yeah.
Where he's trying to do the right thing, and like he's gonna see it through to the end. And like part of it's that, like, you know, even if this isn't right for like others, right? Like maybe this isn't like good for the company or whatever, right? It's like he's like, who gives a shit? Like this is like my morality, you know? Very respectable, you know. I like his character here. I think he's like,
everyone wants to be this guy.
Yeah.
Like if you have any shred of like self-dignity, you're like, you want, I think to be the guy who's like a crusader against, you know, the corporate interests.
I mean, or Weigand
does the right thing.
I mean, I think Weigand is super brave for like standing up, you know, like knowing that like his life's going to be put under a microscope. I mean, maybe not understanding that at first, but like as the movie goes on,
he like doesn't realize.
Yeah,
how serious it is. It's interesting that you say about Pacino the intensity, because like I feel like the front half of his career is more marked by his sensitivity. Like I'm thinking of like Godfather, Serpico, Scarface less so, but like Dog Day Afternoon, like not necessarily that he's not an intense actor, but that he's a lot lower key. And then I think for Heat, it's like the thing that makes him go insane, or maybe it's Glengarry Glen Ross, because that movie is like a little bit before Heat even. So Okay, I haven't seen Scent of a Woman, which is the thing he actually wins his Oscar for. That's a notorious, like, he's going really fucking crazy big in that movie. We should watch that, I think, for this show. But that's the same year as Glengarry Glen Ross, where he is also playing a really big character. So, like, that, Heat, The Insider, you know, all of those are, like, real big, kind of, like, explosive characters. But he does manage to put a little bit of a, like, he still brings unique characterization to them. Like, in Heat, he's not necessarily an idealist in the same way. He just feels this, like, burden, you know, of responsibility.
It's a curse.
Whereas in this, it's more of, like, a blend of, like, burden and like, morals.
Yeah.
In Heat, he's just, like, totally burnt out.
In this movie, he feels, like, this is crazy. It feels like Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai. Like, he has a very distinct...
He has a code,
right? Yeah. And he's, like, following, which is, like, not as apparent in... Like, in Heat, he's, like, I'm a cog in the machine, I'm doing what needs to be done. Like, yeah, it's gonna burn me up, you know, but that's fine, right? Like, I gotta take my turn at the machine. And then in this movie, it's like, no, he's like, I am the heart that connects the machine to, like, the worker. And I'm like, okay.
But like, contrast that with Glengarry Glen Ross, where he's playing maybe the opposite of, you know, Lowell Bergman, this, like, idealistic, like, very straight and narrow, like, wants to do the right thing guy, with a completely amoral Ricky Roma, where he's, you know, like, just like, do you fuck little kids? Fine, who cares? Like, he says that, like, and of course that's David Mamet's writing, not, you know, but like, he embodies that in, like, a same, like, he's tired, but he's like, he's gone the other way. He's, like, absconded from all responsibility. Now, of course, he doesn't have the same level of, like, justice or whatever as a cop in that movie, but like, he's taken it in the complete other direction. So it's like, he has this, like, variety in the 90s with the intensity he's bringing to these roles. He's choosing great roles, but then, like, he's still injecting them all with that, like, really, like, high energy kind of, like, craziness.
Yeah. He kind of, within Glengarry Glen Ross, he almost reminds me of, like, this is maybe also be crazy, Charlie Sheen. Like, before Charlie Sheen actually, became that. It feels like that's, like, the archetype that Charlie Sheen tried to, like, move into. Which I guess is just, like, an archetype of, like, shitty guy, right? But it's so funny that, like, 92 is when, like, he had that portrayal of, like, it feels so spot on, though, you know? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because, like, that movie is so, all those guys are washed up losers, like, in that movie, you know? So it's like, it's even more pathetic, because we should do an episode on that fucking movie. They're doing an all-women reboot on not on Broadway, but, like, in the theater of Glengarry Glen Ross. And I'm like, we don't need this. Yeah. I know that I don't mind remakes and reboots usually, but, like, I feel like that's going to have the most tired, like, boring thing to fucking say about that play. I don't know. I'm really jaded after having watched it on Broadway last year for
I remember you talking about that. Yeah. You were pretty underwhelmed. Just such
a fucking letdown. Yeah. Now, I should have known, but, like, based on the cast, but it's like, oh, Bill Burr. You got Bill Burr playing the Ed Harris role.
Who else was there? Cool. There was someone interesting, wasn't there?
Bob Odenkirk, Bill Burr.
Bob Odenkirk, I think, was the one that I was interested in.
Kieran Culkin from Succession.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I can't remember who the fourth guy was. It's gonna bother me. The one who plays Jack Lemmon's character. Hang on. This is just talk about. Every so often we need an episode where we just hit all of the greatest hits. Like Glengarry Glen Ross. Whoever played the fourth one, he was like a less famous guy. He's not even on the poster. That's crazy. Michael McKean.
Don't know. So,
yeah. But anyway, I was not impressed. It was a very middling, kind of, like, obvious take, you know. But yeah, we don't need to remake that movie again. That honestly, they need to go to the local all black theater company in Beep, where I live, and like tape their performance of this show, because that was incredible. That was like a transcendent version. Anyway, yeah, Pacino does some like yelling in this, but he gets out yelled many times. Like he's like, we should talk about Christopher Plummer and Philip Baker Hall.
Those two old guys.
Yes, the two.
They're good old guys.
In this,
and I've definitely seen them before too. Like they're recognizable.
100%. Let's start with Christopher Plummer, who plays Mike Wallace, the news anchor. I don't know if you would know him from anything. He's in The Sound of Music. That's like his big, like the thing that I think he was probably most known for. But he was in Knives Out. That's kind of like the thing that
he was in Knives Out. He was also in A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah. Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but that's sad for him.
I'm just looking at it right now. Hey, listen.
But
John Nash contributed a lot. And especially since you were talking about game theory, bro. You were talking about game theory.
Yeah. I know, because I watched that movie as a kid, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. And then now, like, I watched it later as an adult. I'm like, this movie's dog shit. This movie fucking sucks.
I watched it as a kid, and it's remained there for me. So
yeah, it hasn't changed.
Yeah. We're gonna leave it there.
Ideal.
In the past.
He's great in this movie because he has this like he has this like warm kind of like genial thing on the outside, but you can tell that he's like a jaded old man on the inside. Like especially the way that he just like flips at the end when he's like, sorry Lowell, I'm with what's his name here, and then at the very end he's like, sorry, what's his name? I'm with Lowell on this one. We fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, oh, you are also just like completely driven by your own interests and like made a bad call.
But he acknowledges it at least. At least he goes like he doesn't double down. He's like, I made a fucking bad call. Like, you know what? We gotta run it back.
Catastrophic fumble of a, I mean, like this really happened. Like, I don't know how much this particular case impacted the way 60 Minutes, was like no longer seen as like a paragon of record or whatever, but like you have to like this, just like that level of like failure, moral failure in business is like unforgivable. Like and a sign of much worse to come, of course.
I mean, I feel as though at least growing up, I always felt like the adults in my life saw 60 Minutes as a paragon of truth still.
Oh sure, yeah.
And it's also weird. You know what? I'm not getting into. Never mind.
Yeah, you're right. We need to.
No, yeah.
We could make this a 3-hour.
No. Move it on. No.
But so he's great, and all of the the little stuff in the beginning, when they're going out to like talk to the sheik about Hezbollah.
Yeah. So like
that's.
I was gonna say that's a large part of like helping like add credibility to the story, right? Like in terms of like
these are real guys, like real journalists. These are
real guys doing real things, and like
you get so much of them. Like from that interaction, you learn so much about those two characters in particular.
And like you're talking about like the Unabomber thing, like it makes it feel like yes, like
this is taking place in time.
Yeah. They're great anchor points, and like also kind of funny and a little too on the nose that like. They're talking to the sheik, of the Ayatollah. It's like, all right, very same issues. 27 years later, same issues, if not more. Yeah, crazy.
But it's great, like character building or world building, like you said, because like okay, there's these important things. These guys they've got the finger on the pulse. They're really there. They're not phoning it in. So they're really men of like moral turpitude. But you still get the like they kind of have this like good cop bad cop thing going on in the beginning when they argue about like how close he can sit, and he gets all like riled up. He turns into like a little bulldog. He's like, oh, you can't tell me who I'm going to interview and how I'm going to do it. And then like Pacino's like, are you warmed up now? And he's like, yep, I'm good. Like, oh, okay, so this is all just a bit. Like they're they just have this like performative thing that they have to get into. It's clever. It's a good piece of writing. And then of course you get little bits of other, like they shit talk the Canadian Mounties for some reason, like several times in this. Obviously the Unabomber thing, the OJ stories, like kind of like highlighted at one point. So All of it is very grounding in this, like, oh, the news is changing. Like, the way we report on the news is changing. The way these guys are going to respond to news and, like, cover news is changing. Mm-hmm. It's clever, all of that. So, because you could very easily make this movie just about Jeffrey Wigand and, like, make the whole, like, first hour of the movie the whole movie, mm-hmm. you know, and, like, really spend time on, like, the cover-up aspect and, like, there's a movie called Dark Waters that we should watch sometime, which is also in this vein. That's a really good movie. That's a Todd Haynes movie. And that movie is very much about, like, the effect that this corporation's, like, negligence on public health impacted individual people. Like, there's a lot of time spent, like, uncovering and, like, this movie doesn't really do all that. Like, there's not a lot of, like, oh, it's such a, you know, such a disgrace that they let down on these millions of people and, like, got them addicted. Like, the morality of, like, what he's revealing or, like, the cover-up is, like, so secondary to what this movie is saying at large, you know?
Yeah.
So, let's talk about Philip Baker Hall, who plays Don, who's the, like, kind of, like, the manager of the two, like, the behind the scenes, behind the camera guy.
Yeah. This guy's
you should recognize him because he's in like 5 movies that we've covered for this podcast.
Yeah, he's in Boogie Nights. He's in Magnolia, another PTA.
He's great in Boogie Nights. He's so good in Magnolia and Boogie Nights.
Yeah. I don't know. He's definitely in other things that I've seen from him. Like, I feel like I see this guy in, like, not everything that I've watched.
Classic.
But, like,
he's like a classic, like, bring this guy in for a couple scenes to, like, deliver straight news.
Yeah.
In Talented Mr. Ripley, he's the one who tells Ripley, like, yeah, you know, Dickie, he fucked up. Whatever. We don't need to break Marge's heart, like the girlfriend's heart. Just, like, here's your money and run. Like, he comes in for, like, a scene at the very end to basically, like, let Ripley skip off into the distance and click his heels until he fucks it up. But he comes in and he's like the private investigator, you know. So he comes in and does that for like a scene. He's in Zodiac. So like
yeah.
So, but yeah, he's in a lot. He's in Psycho, the remake.
Yeah.
So he plays the sheriff in that. So yeah, there's like a ton of he's in a ton of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So classic character actor. Like the most, like when people call someone a character actor, this is probably like your platonic ideal of what that means is Philip Baker Hall.
Yeah.
Like,
it's gotta be nice
and
though
he's
that
great.
Like have like, you know, that's in your back pocket. Like
A
people
niche
just call
like
you
that.
in to play like yourself there.
I think it must be so fun.
Yeah.
I think it must be great.
He's also been on a ton of TV shows is the thing. Like he's definitely very like around, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. Holy shit, his TV is long. Oh my god. He's in Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's in The West Wing. I mean, if you've heard of a TV show, he was in it. Modern Family, The Newsroom, Madam Secretary, BoJack Horseman, like Psych. He's
Monk.
in everything.
Like, come on.
Third Rock from the Sun, The Practice. He's great in this. You know, he's even more like slimy than Christopher Plummer, who is like, you know, has this like kind of rotten core or like core that's like hollow on the inside. Mm-hmm. Philip Baker Hall is just like completely just like hands off the wheel. Like, I gotta do what they tell me. Like, you know, and they yell and they shout about it, but he's just such a captivating presence.
Yeah. He's kind of like defeated. He feels like resolute in like a very specific way, but he's like defeated about it. He's like, it's just the way things are.
Yeah. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
There's one other, well, okay. Diane Venora, is Wygand's wife in this. Let's talk, I want to go out on a high note, so I'm going to save something else for my back pocket, but, let's talk about the man, Michael Mann mythologizing of men. Mm-hmm. And the inverse of that is that he's so bad at writing women.
They're just not present in the film. Like,
they're just like, they don't matter. Like, they're just like not even, they might as well be like cardboard.
Yeah,
like
they're just not like there. They're not present in scenes. They're not contributing. Yeah. And I feel like,
and when they are, they're just there to be like, honey, this is really tough what you're doing, or like, I'm hysterical. Like,
yeah.
Please divorce me.
I feel like, especially between Weigand and his wife, there was definitely something that like could have been done there. And like even there's like one scene where she's like, hey, like I don't think I can do this. And he's like, can we at least talk about it after I get back? She says, yeah, that's fine. And then we don't.
And then she divorces him while he's gone.
Yeah, it's okay. But like we see him with his kids later and stuff. Yeah, it's like okay, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it feels very.
She has nothing to do.
Yeah, it's very unsatisfying.
Yeah. Well, it's the same actress who plays Justine, Pacino's wife, in Heat. The one he says about the chicken being overcooked too. Yeah. It's the same actress. Yeah. So Michael Mann likes her. You know, he has like recurring actors, but he just I don't know why she would take a part like this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Heat at least has the benefit of like there are 3 women and they all have arcs. Whereas the women in this movie don't really have an arc. You have like the annoyed wife who divorces him. You have like the kind of cardboard wife who's just like standing by her man. And then you've got the shitty lawyer from CBS Corporate who just like is
yeah.
Kind of there to just be put in her place in a really like sexist way at the end when she's like Mike and he's like he like mocks her to her face about it's like, oh, I don't know if I like this. Like this feels like this guy thinks he's better than this woman just by virtue of being an old guy.
Yeah, when he was like, we may work in the same corporation, but we don't but yada
we're
yada.
Not the same.
Yeah. And it's like I was watching that, I was like, yeah, I get that you guys aren't the same, but like she's probably above you, is she not? Is that way? That's why she was telling you not to run the story. I'm watching that. I'm like, what the fuck is it like?
Yeah,
he's kind of got crazy cojones.
She's a corporate
for this,
slime ball
like,
for sure, but like, yeah, right.
I'm like, she's still kind of your boss, no? Like,
yeah, or something at least.
Yeah.
So, it sucks, and you know, the like I would almost rather that the movie just have no women in it. That's something I kind of like about The Departed. Not to like rope in a completely different movie, but another classic. But like, I like that Scorsese often doesn't have a lot of women in his movies because I'm like, I don't need this. I don't need this to get complicated.
Yeah, it's also like
having.
If you're not gonna like utilize a character, right? Yeah, it's Chekhov's wife, right? Like if you're not gonna utilize the character, why include them?
Why even have the wife?
Yeah, right,
yeah. So, that's one of the things that keeps this movie again from being transcendent. Like Heat is like a perfect, unbelievable movie. I think so much of that is because actually the 4 women in that movie, when you consider Natalie Portman. She's not a woman, but she, you know, a female character who also has an arc.
That's true.
You know, and maybe that's just that Michael Mann needs all of his movies to be over 3 hours long to like give them enough time, and that the first thing on the chopping block for runtime is women.
That's bleak if that's the answer, but
it might be. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he was 20 minutes off of 3 hours here, and I don't think 20 minutes of any of these women participating in the story would have changed it, right? Like, significantly. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy. Wait, Heat is 170. Really?
What?
So this movie's only 12 minutes shorter than Heat. That's fucking unreal. That's like learning that MLK and Anne Frank were born in the same year. Like, they were the same age. That's nuts. This movie moves a lot faster than Heat. Like, I feel like because Heat is so jam-packed with shit, it feels so long, but I guess it feels like a 3.5 hour movie, but it's not. It's crazy.
They lock in, you know? There's a lot of shit that just dropped on you.
Yeah, they gotta go through.
Yeah.
Another Michael Mann trademark, besides like men mythologizing themselves, the beach.
Oh,
just like, why is Pacino? They were like, okay, we gotta get Pacino. Like, we're in the middle of fucking New York City. We have to send him on vacation, a forced vacation, so that we can get to the beach.
We need sand between those dogs immediately. Right now, get him on the beach.
It's so funny because like
it also doesn't really add anything. Like him taking that phone call, he could have been doing that phone call anywhere. Like doesn't like
sure. I mean, I get the idea of like. he runs out into the ocean to get better reception. I kind of like that. Like that he's back or like cut back and he's like 60 feet from shore, like standing, like waist deep in water just to like continue this phone call.
Could have done that anywhere with anything. Like could have been into a field. Like sure. I don't know. It's just one of those. Yeah.
Sure, but this is but it's more his dedication to his source and like to doing the right thing. Yeah. But like also Michael Mann just loves the ocean. He's just like me for real. He loves to look at the waves. He loves like a man contemplating the ocean. He does it twice in this movie because he also has Weigand looking out at the ocean too.
True.
When he's going into his deposition. Yeah.
He was big on that in Manhunter too, right? Like
yeah, it opens and ends with the beach.
Yeah. I guess they're like right by the beach. There's like scenes of the beach. Yeah.
They don't walk on.
They don't walk on it, but it's.
Oh no, they do.
Do they?
They do because she runs out to the beach. She, Amy, what is her? The De Niro's girl. I can't. Why can't I remember her name? Please. Edie. Amy Brenneman. She's like when she finds out that he's like a murderer, like a bank robber, she like runs out of his apartment and runs onto the beach and he like chases her into the dunes. There's like that's like one of the only scenes like outside in nature in that movie.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he loves it. He can't get enough of the fucking ocean. It's good. There's one other scene that we have not talked about yet. That's my favorite scene in the movie.
Oh, that's crazy. What is it?
The deposition scene.
Oh.
When they're in what looks like the back office of a hotel. Yeah. Like, I've been in that room with all of the, like, filing cabinets and, like, folding chairs and shit. And Bruce McGill, who plays the lawyer who's talking, the real Mississippi lawyer who, like, counts out the states.
Yeah.
To the other guy. When the one lawyer interrupts him and is like, that means you don't talk.
Yeah.
And then Bruce McGill unloads on him in his Southern lawyer accent for like 15 minutes is unreal. That is the most transcendent scene for me. I would watch a whole movie of just that. Yeah. It's crazy.
The way they're like
that locks in.
Cutting between that too to like show not like because it's like pretty tight sometimes, but then also it shows him like he's like wildly flailing about the court with like smacking the desk and shit.
Great. Yeah. This movie. Like a rewatch of this movie a few years ago fully inspired me to introduce a completely new character into my RPG. Ooh. Just so that I could do the Southern lawyer accent.
Ooh, that's crazy. Just
because I was like, this looks so fun.
Yeah.
Like, and the way he just lists out like 10 states, like it's almost comical the way that he's like, this isn't North Carolina, it's not South Carolina, this isn't New Jersey. like when he's talking about like the intrastate, like gag order stuff going on. It's just it's so over the top dramatic in like such a serious way. He even says like, wipe that smirk off your face.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah. It's so good. I could watch that for hours. And it like looks so brutally bright and like unofficial and sickly and like you're trapped at the office still. It's great. It's so good.
Yeah.
The highlight of the movie.
I can't believe we didn't touch on that earlier. Well,
great guy.
Yeah,
me too. Anyway, do we have anything else to say about The Insider from 1999, directed by Michael Mann? Oh, Michael Gambon is in this movie. He plays the tobacco CEO. Did you recognize him from his voice, especially?
I did not recognize him.
Look at his filmography real quick.
Who's this?
Michael Gambon.
He's not even credited. There he is. He's all at the end. I gotcha. Oh, that's crazy. Whoa.
Yeah,
he's Dumbledore.
His voice is so recognizable, but in this he's doing a Southern accent.
Oh, and he did the King's Speech. Oh.
His Southern accent, he's white knuckling through it. He's having such a hard time not letting the British slip through in this movie. He's like hamming it up, trying to like sound real Southern, but he can't quite get there. So he just ends up kind of sounding like an old-timey American from like the 1700s.
Yeah. It's like almost like the transatlantic accent, but like not quite. You're like, what's happening here?
Yeah. Great movie. Just all around, just enjoyable fucking movie. and sad. And I mean, this is such a sad fucking movie, really. Yeah. But about how we used to have institutions. But
yeah.
Do you have anything else to say about it?
No. I mean, I liked it. It's a good movie. It's one I would definitely watch again.
If you were to rank your men, the 3 you've seen now. I know Heat's your probably number 1.
I do think Heat is still number 1. I think Manhunter's still number 2. I'd probably put this at 3rd.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. We'll watch Collateral and throw like turn over the table. Because that movie will rock your world. I think you might like Collateral more, honestly, than Heat.
Interesting. I could see
a world where you come away. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Collateral has all the cool shit from Heat, but I don't know, different. It's different.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Okay.
You'll see someday. Next is a Rick's pick.
So I didn't come equipped with one, but I have one.
Okay. Well.
So
okay.
Michael Gambon is a part of this movie, and it's a movie directed by a director that we've seen before.
So we're doing a Wes. Are we visiting Wes?
Oh, is that what you were thinking of? Oh, well, it's similar to Wes, maybe.
I know he's in some Wes stuff. I'm scared. Oh, is it The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I've seen this, but not in a really long time. So
okay.
I'm down.
I do kind of remember you mentioning this before when we were talking about Peter Greenaway, when we did Drowning My Numbers. And I love that movie so much. I really do want to see more Greenaway. I feel like this is an excellent excuse to, right?
Totally. Yeah, I'm down. This is I liked this movie a lot when I watched it the first time, so
sweet.
I'm excited to revisit.
Let's go.
Very lush. I'm down for a lush, fucked up movie.
Yeah. So next week we want to watch The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover, from 1989, directed by Peter Greenaway.
Hell yeah, sick, nasty. Do you want to do an impression of the Insider soundtrack?
No, I don't think I can. But there's one. There's one sound that they do 2 hours in, or maybe an hour before the end, where it's kind of angelic, there's a host of voices, but it's I couldn't even try to replicate it, and I wish I could.
It's when he's in the hotel room, when they have this kind of oh, he's gonna kill himself.
Yeah,
but he's not actually killed. He's not. He's just sitting there.
Yeah.
It's kind of anticlimactic, and he has the little psychedelic trip. The music is going oh, in the background during it. Yeah,
and it's I feel like Michael Mann has used that in all 3 of the films I've seen, or something not very Manhunter. Similar. Maybe
Manhunter
maybe
just
not
has
Manhunter,
really
I guess.
freaky fucking music. Did I tell you I bought the Manhunter, the Shriekback vinyl?
No,
that has a bunch of the songs from Manhunter on it. Yeah,
that's kind of sick.
I did, and it is sick. I came home, I freaked out in the coffee shop with Christopher. I was like, they have the Manhunter songs on the. Yeah. I never hear that band ever.
Yeah, much
less randomly coming across the exact album. I came home and played it immediately, and just sat there.
It's pretty awesome, man.
It's good. Yeah, he's a freak with music. He likes his weird shit.
He do get freaky with it.
Yeah,
that cannot be denied.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just go with we'll go out with Michael Clayton then.
All right.
We need a call to action to end our episodes with, so we can just fade into Michael Clayton, with a, comment, review. Check us out on
Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell to get notified for more videos in the future. Michael Clayton.
Exactly. Perfect, yeah. Right? That's how we'll end from now on.
That sounds really good, actually.
Michael Clayton.